All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this manga reaction before family shows up with food. So let's go ahead and get started with more Sakamoto Days. Let's begin, shall we? Yo, peoples! Qushu 92 here. Welcome back to more Sakamoto Days. Last we left out on wasn't family. Last we left out on, we had Shin, Kendaka, and Boiled going up against Tanabata, Torres, and Gozu. And things are going back and forth between the two. We got this mysterious firefighter, fire truck driver who's somehow helping them out, with many of us thinking of who it may be. And just when it seems like they're about to do something serious about Shin and Kendaka and everyone else, yeah, the people we get is Shishiba coming in and Osaragi coming in because they owe Gozu a beating. So let's see what happens in Days 238 Revenge. And mind you, Osaragi basically sliced through the entire front of their car. So, Shishiba's on the car. Osaragi just sliced through it. Mind you, the car was going at top speed, and Osaragi surpassed that speed and sliced through the car, with us only seeing her, like, whizzing past it. And we get Shishiba going, I'm here to pay a debt. Well, ain't that considerate? And then Shishiba starts clashing with Gozu. Immediately starts throwing hands. And then while the car is skidding after being sliced apart, we get Shin going, Mr. Shishiba? Hey, Shin, never mind them, over there!
Mrs. Sakamoto, is everyone okay? We're okay, don't worry. Atari's over there.
Because remember, Atari's bad luck was so bad that the moment she started driving the car, she started driving the van. All four tires blew out. The entire thing just started to flip all over, and she landed inside of the car with the rest of the members of the order. So that's still a thing.
Atari's over there!
And Atari is just still in the back seat, watching Gozu fight Shishiba. And she's just terrified. She got tears in her eyes, and she's just watching as Shishiba is fighting. Then Shishiba, while he's clashing with Gozu, takes a piece of the car and with his hammer, pries it off and flips it in front of Gozu's face. And when it's in front of Gozu's eyes, Shishiba takes the opportunity to literally slam down on Gozu's head. But it looks like Gozu catches the hammer, and he immediately tries to electrify it with Shishiba still attached, but Shishiba lets go and jumps backwards. Then, Gozu throws the hammer, and it's still electrified, and it slams down next to Shishiba, who dodges out of the way. Then we get a random truck that's coming up behind Gozu. Shishiba takes a knife and throws it into the front tire of this car for it to careen out of control, and for Shishiba to use that as a way for him to jump up towards Gozu. Literally while the truck is skidding off past Gozu, Shishiba jumps off of it, wall jumps off of it, and kicks Gozu directly in his chest, knocking him off the car. And they both just stare at each other. They both just give each other the death glares. And then Atari, peeks her head out from the car and goes,
Now's my chance to escape.
And then Torres goes, Girlie, you're a real magnet for misfortune. And then Atari spins around to see Torres, but before anything can be done, Osaragi is right above him. And he manages to put his arm up to block Osaragi's saw, which just so happens to be grinding against his sandblaster. And now we have Osaragi versus Torres. Hey now. And then it shows Osaragi as she snaps out a long cord from her saw, and she starts spinning her circular saw above her with so much force that it's kicking up the air around her. It is like she starts spinning it. Like, do you realize how fast you need to spin a circular saw for it to just be a blurred circle above your head and it's kicking up the air around you? And then Osaragi gives him a stare and throws her saw at Torres, who moves out of the way. And this freaks out Atari even more. But then she's grabbed by Shin. I can't really tell if your luck is good or bad.
Shin, I'm so sorry. I brought us bad luck again.
What are you talking about? Your power saved us.
But I wrecked Mr. Sakamoto's ambulance.
And it shows a helicopter that out of nowhere is just above them. And Aoi goes,
"Is that?"
And Boiled is looking, and it's Amane and Toramaru. Shin, is everyone okay?
Amane, what are you doing here?
They're going to put Sakamoto in a helicopter. That's how they're going to get to the JCC. Ah! And that's the end of the chapter. Oh! Okay. So, real key notes here. And wow, I got through this chapter relatively quickly, didn't I? Literally like a couple of minutes? Ain't no way I got through this chapter so quickly, but it was mainly action. There wasn't like a ton of talking. But the big takeaways from this entire chapter is the fact that Shishiba's fighting Gozu. Revenge! Shishiba's fighting Gozu. Also, funny enough, Tanabata is nowhere to be seen in this entire chapter. He was in the car with them, but the part where he was in got sliced apart by Osaragi. But we got Shishiba versus Gozu, and then we have Osaragi versus Torres. And, yeah, that look in her eye, she's out for blood. Wait, they're gonna stretch him out via helicopter. Amazing. To be fair, it was mainly action and not much dialogue. Yeah, so this might be one of my more shorter reactions to Sakamoto Days, simply because it was just action and I'm just describing it and going through it very quickly. But the big takeaways: Gozu versus Shishiba. Revenge! Osaragi versus Torres. Also, no fire truck guy either. Exactly, fire truck guy is nowhere to be seen. But, you know who is to be seen? Hana and Aoi are outside of the truck. We don't see Sakamoto inside of the truck, but we do get Amane and Toramaru flying in on a helicopter. First of all, y'all have helicopter training at this school? You have actual time to have helicopter training at this school. Interesting. But yeah, we got them fighting. Howdy. Hello to you as well. My apologies if I can't read your name out, but howdy to you as well. I hope the day has been treating you well. I just got done reading through the newest chapter of Sakamoto Days, and it's gotten really good. We got Osaragi and Shishiba. And we also have, I wonder if we'll see Tanabata pop out where Shin and Boiled are. I mean, that's the only order member that's been unaccounted for. Tanabata is nowhere to be seen, but we got Boiled and Shin still active, while Shishiba is fighting Gozu, and Osaragi is fighting Torres. Atari has been rescued already. She's fine. But Amane and Toramaru, they are coming in with a helicopter, which will be a much more effective way of getting to the JCC rather than taking a car, because, I mean, you're going to need a lot more than just people driving in a car to bring down a helicopter unless you got Kamihate, and Kamihate is no longer on their side. To be fair, it's an assassin school. You can't rule out driving and pilotly lessons. I know. That's the thing. I'm like, you got time to have helicopter lessons at this school? But I also know that since they're assassins, it should be expected for them to know how to basically drive or pilot anything, because it could come with the job. So, it doesn't even surprise me truly. It doesn't surprise me truly. It's just like suspension of disbelief, you know? That's just me, though. But I am happy. Oh, this fight between Gozu, Osaragi, and Shishiba, this has been a long time coming. He messed them up. Especially Shishiba, literally electrifying him into unconsciousness. And then Osaragi as well, she got hit by it as well, but that actually kind of jump started her for her to get out and rescue both herself, Shishiba, and Kamihate back then. But yeah, I don't see Gozu getting out of this situation unscathed. Shishiba is there to fight him and kill him. Not incapacitate him, bring him down completely. Osaragi is out for blood as well. She's no longer part of the order, so that means anyone that Shishiba finds as an enemy is an enemy she finds that needs to die immediately as well. So that's one thing I love about Osaragi, but that's also the sort of thing that terrifies me about Osaragi, simply because if Shishiba sees you as an enemy, Osaragi is going to see you as an enemy. And I'm like, you can't get more threatening than Osaragi basically having her circular saw, extending it with a cord, and she starts spinning the saw. My thing is, you know what? I gotta look this up. Let's see. I'm gonna look this up. How much does a circular saw weigh? Perfect timing. Family just got here with food. No, it's not family with food. I still got time. So, a typical circular saw weighs between 4 and 14 pounds, with common models falling into 6 to 10 pound range. That Osaragi stuff was definitely my favorite part of the chapter. Nah, Osaragi is about to kill. I'm trying to find a giant circular, because the thing is, her circular saw is bigger than your average home circular saw. I'm looking for like a very large one. Because the average ones that you see at construction sites, they're meant to be handheld. But the ones that Osaragi uses, they are larger. Okay, so no doubt, that thing probably weighs like either like 100 pounds or something. I don't know what specific type. I don't know what specific type of circular saw she uses. But the terror I felt with her spinning this saw above her with such blinding speed, like spinning it so fast, it is literally just a blur. Seeing that above her, Osaragi is out for blood, and I can't wait to see this fight continue. But as we've all pointed out, not gonna lie, I completely forgot Amane and Toromaru escaped, so it was a good surprise for me to see them. I knew they were still out because only Mafuyu was the one to come back and help out his brother, but we didn't see Toromaru or Amane anywhere. So I can understand them being here right now because we didn't see them back at the JCC. But I can't wait to see what happens next. I can't wait to see what happens next. It's gonna be so good. Not to mention, we still have the whole matter of Mafuyu fighting against Kipe back at the JCC itself. We still have that to resolve as well. Because if Amane and Toromaru are going to be bringing Sakamoto to the school, to the JCC, then Kipe and his sister, the Sayonji twins, need to be taken care of. Before they get there. But overall, this was a good chapter. This was an interesting chapter. Plus, I love it when Osaragi is in a chapter along with Shishiba and they start fighting. It is always peak fighting whenever they start. I mean, I still remember when they were fighting against the rest of the JCC and she was just literally riding the circular saw up the wall before they got heavily subdued by Uzuki and Gozu. They still got a score to settle. So whenever Shishiba and Osaragi start fighting, you already know that the chapter is going to be peak action. Hi, Dragon. Good to see you. I'm just giving my last little spiel, my last little bit of comment towards this chapter because I enjoyed it. I always love it when the Order members and Further Order members start fighting. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next chapter next week because it doesn't say that we're going on break. So I'm looking forward to more fighting between Osaragi. either Osaragi is going to heavily damage Torres. I know Gozu is going to get hurt. Gozu is going to get hurt. And the only thing about Gozu is that the thing with Gozu is that his main shtick, his main mechanic, is that he has those claws that output massive amounts of electricity. If they get rid of that, let alone get rid of the hand, they get rid of that, Gozu doesn't have much except being able to, tank hits and just straight hand-to-hand combat. So his main deal is just dealing electrical damage. However, he is unfortunate to be paired up against Shishiba because once you use something against an order member and they know what your main deal is, they already have a way of getting around it. These are former order members. Just because they are no longer in the same space as Oki doesn't mean that they've lost any bit of their power. Especially with the JCC now trying to kill them as well because they don't side with Uzuki. So I can't wait to see the next chapter. It's gonna be good. Also, I really want to be able to say your name. Hold on. I want to say your name. What is your name? What is your name? I want to say your name for real. It translates to Gigantos. So I'm just going to say Gigantos. Gigantos! Hi, Dragon, Holster, and everyone else who tuned in here today to my reaction to Sakamoto Days. It went by smoothly. Majority of this was just me talking. But I enjoyed this chapter, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Because I love it whenever the Order shows up. Or when anyone from the Order shows up. Former or current. I love it when they show up because you already know it's about to be some nonsense that's about to happen. But with Osaragi, I'm terrified. I am absolutely terrified about what she's going to do. But can't wait to see what happens in the next chapter. I'm done, ladies and gentlemen. There's no anime episode because we are on break because we only have a filler episode. And it's basically Chopper just talking about Dr. Vegapunk's message in the previous episodes of One Piece. Really hope the helicopter doesn't get knocked down. If it does, hope Fire Truck Guy comes in clutch. But everyone who tuned in here today, it is an immense honor and privilege. Also, it's also cool to have someone from Japan actually watching me. That means that your boy is actually international. That is cool to me. If you are from Japan, then it's good to have you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're not from Japan, then hey, it's still good to have you here regardless. I love having people here from other countries just stop by on my stream, so that's amazing. Thank you for gifting us Americans with manga. Can I just say that? Thank you. My Hero Academia, Fire Force, Kaiju Number 8, Bleach, Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, the list goes on. Thank you for giving us Americans a series of comics from you that we didn't deserve. And we get to enjoy stuff like Sakamoto Days. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But that's going to do it for today's reaction to Sakamoto Days. I am looking forward to next week's, and I hope to see you all again as we react to what could be a very, very fun fight with Shishiba and Osaragi. I'm looking forward to it. But that's all I got. Now I'm going to rest for the rest of the day because I still got stuff to do this week before Thanksgiving. With that being said, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Even check out my Patreon because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. And because I know you're coming back anyway. Have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!